I've received too many comments and emails this last week to not take the time to say this right now. Yes, the violin lessons at the Romantic School of Music are from the greatest teachers in history, and they are designed to give a student the ability to become the greatest violinist who has ever lived. But never assume that it means that these lessons aren't for you. Even if you are 87 years old, missing both of your legs, most of your fingers, most of your memory, and are almost completely deaf. Because one of the greatest performances that I have ever attended was given by someone matching this description perfectly. His name was Grandpa. At least that's what everyone there screamed while running up to him afterward and jumping up and down next to him in delight. And his performance, added to others that I have seen over the years, is the main reason why I will never tell anyone to stop trying, and that you cannot become a great violinist. Because you can, no matter how old you are. And I will make sure to include everything that you need to become the greatest violinist in the world. To your grandchild, or to someone else in your life that really matters. It makes me mad when someone tells someone else, "You're too old to learn to play the violin." Whether they're talking to someone who is 80 years old or someone else who's 25 and dreams of becoming a world-renowned concert violinist and touring the world. Because those ignorant people who help cheat so many others out of so much joy never finish the saying, which is, "You're too old to learn to play the violin," unless you are willing to learn and practice with the excitement and imagination of a child. In fact, being really old has unique advantages. So take a good look in the mirror, and if you see an old person, take a moment right now and think about playing the violin before it really is too late. Because in less than 2 or 3 months, these how to really play the violin lessons can help teach you how to play Happy Birthday for a grandchild. Yes, Happy Birthday is a simple tune that you could learn to play. And the chances are that if you surprise anyone that you love on their birthday and they discover that you learned to play the violin for them, they will remember it for the rest of their life. And after that, anything is possible if taken step by step. And you will then have the ability to share all of the things that you love, who you are, and what you stand for in a unique way like no other. Just think of the possibilities, because there really are thousands of songs almost as easy as Happy Birthday that are unique to each country and culture. And these songs can be just as wonderful and just as impressive to the right audience as the Beethoven Violin Concerto is to the harshest critic when played absolutely flawlessly in Manhattan. The icing on this sweet, frothy cake is that an older person can play most of these songs very slowly, and it just seems to add more meaning. But what if you feel like you can barely move sometimes, and drawing a smooth long bow just isn't in the cards? Well, hold up your hands right now and try this. Now, watch my hands and remember that there is nothing in the world like the feeling of teaching a sweet little girl or a rambunctious little boy how to dance the Irish jig. Just make sure that the next wheelchair that you purchase has a removable armrest. Because if you find that you're really not that bad after all, the tradition is for you to turn this song into a competition by playing faster and faster to see who fumbles first or who can last the longest, you or those dancing the jig. The children will probably win. And they will be so proud that they beat grandma or grandpa. And then want to do it again when they come back to visit you next time. And that really is the fun of it. Because if you really are an old person, you'll probably be glad knowing that they will want to come back. How do I know all of this about old people when I'm not even 60 years old yet? I have known this since I was 8. And I began visiting rest homes with my violin and seeing all of the faces change whenever I or someone else there began playing the violin. Just like in the book Two Trees. Because if you really are old and you have never even tried playing the violin, there is so much more to life that you still need to experience. And if for no other reason, there is so much good that you can do. Because if you know of a young person who's trying to decide if they want to play the violin or not, or they're thinking about giving it up, just imagine the difference that you could make if you told them that you were willing to learn right along with them. Or the reaction if you surprised them by picking up your own violin and playing the theme song to their favorite cartoon or movie or even video game. Just imagine if you simply took the time to do just that. Also, some of the greatest personal bonds have been formed when a child offers to help an older person learn how to play the violin, which happens more than you might think. Yet you almost never hear about it because the older person almost always says, "No, I'm too old." But imagine the possibilities if you would say yes. Then, if you really do practice, there will be magic. And they will relate to you and respect you so much more than otherwise possible. And what's that worth? If you still haven't caught the dream, you may need to watch Man of La Mancha, starring Peter O'Toole and Sophia Loren. You know, To Dream the Impossible Dream. And after that, if you still don't believe that you have what it takes to become the greatest violin player in the world, at least start by taking a half hour each day and becoming the best violin player that you can. The funny thing is that if you learn everything that you can from these lessons and play even the simplest song in a way that touches someone's heart, you just might succeed after all. Oh, the catch. The better you play the violin in tune, the better your chances are of succeeding, especially as an older person. And most older people don't hear very well. But in the next few lessons, I will show you how to do it, even if you can barely hear what I'm saying right now.